So you remember the IDL that's normally, well, we assume there's none there. Well, up to 1.5 of that 6, remember the 6 millimole per litre of your total cholesterol, up to 1.5 of it is normally IDL, but it'll never be seen on your your standard lipid profile. We just ignore that fraction. And it accounts for a significant part of your triglycerides. You can tell from the triglyceride level whether you've got IDL present as well. So this whole issue of, you can't calculate, all of this is just a game that we've played. And the game has been causing a lot of damage, and it's trying to stop playing this game. Okay, so here's some results of some patients who've been on low carb, high fat diets, and they've changed their lipid profile. So cholesterol 6.5, triglyceride 1.6. In Australia we say that should be under 1.5 rather than under 1.8, as Jimmy said. So it's borderline at best. And the HDL is 1.4. The LDL, which is what the doctor's really worried about, is 4.2. And this patient has 11% of that LDL in the small dense form. And we could have predicted that because the triglycerides are a bit high. Anyone with high triglycerides has small dense LDL. So they go onto the low carb, high fat diet and their triglycerides fall, their HDL improves because the trigs aren't consuming those particles, and the small dense LDL has virtually disappeared. Now even I do not know how to interpret, but their IDL hasn't changed because nobody's interested in IDL yet. Here's another patient. Cholesterol 5.2, LDL 1.5. The doctor said, oh, that's fantastic, you don't need a statin, you're perfectly okay. The triglycerides were 2.1. Even though they've got a low level of LDL, 17% of it is in the small dense form. So they go onto a low carb, high fat diet, and the cholesterol increases and the LDL increases and really freaks the doctors out and everyone. But their small dense LDL has disappeared. And that is the literal bottom line in terms of this patient's cardiovascular risk.